Hey guys, NCSFan001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, October 11th, 2021. So this will have covered the week of October 4th through the 10th of 2021. So this was a fairly productive week overall, though I will say I did not get the chance to play the Battlefield beta. And it's maybe for the better because I did not hear positive things about it. I heard that it's kind of a broken mess right now, and that's not good because the game's like a month from release or something, or a month and a half. So otherwise, this was a very good week in terms of both trophies and just gaming and streaming in general, because I really got back into some streaming this past weekend, and hopefully these future weekends are going to be similar to that, now that we are 100% complete with Battlefield 4. Yes, Battlefield 4 is now 100% complete. And I am very happy to announce that, because this one we've been working on, or I've been working on since... let's see. First trophy would have presumably been this one. So around 8-10. So it's been about 2 months. So it took me about 2 months to 100% this game, which isn't really that bad when we were just sort of playing on and off throughout it. But we can go back and look at the entire experience now. So you have to get a set number of points in every mission. That's going to get you all the assignments in the campaign. Most of the point values are fairly easy. Singapore's is a little bit tight, but I got it first try. Shanghai's pretty easy. South China Sea's pretty easy. Kunlun Mountains is pretty easy. Tashgar was the only one that took me 2 tries to get for this, so that one actually did take me a couple of tries. Then the 6,000 Suez, that's the final mission. That one's super easy. So is the Baku one. Once again, this game has really weirdly out-of-order trophies. Complete the game on easy, we'll come back to that. For this one, you have to complete all the assignments, which is for getting all the points and all the endings. And you also have to find all the collectibles, of which there are 35, divided into 2 categories, dog tags and weapons. It's very easy as long as you follow a guide for those. I mean, some of them are in actually fairly well hidden spots and a little bit tougher to find. There's also a few weapons that you may not pick up naturally that don't count toward the trophy. But I'd recommend going ahead and finding them anyway, because then you can say you truly 100% of the campaign if you care enough about the campaign. You get some story-related trophies for finishing all 7 campaign missions. You get a bunch of collectible trophies. You actually only have to find, I believe it's 28 for all the other trophies. Yeah, 28 for the others, but you have to find all 35 for that other trophy. You have to complete the campaign on normal and on hard. Hard is not really that hard. There's a few tougher sections throughout the game. Few tougher battles in a few areas, like in Tashgar. I don't think there was anything tough in the... Well, no, the final mission gave me a little trouble until I could figure out that you were supposed to go up on the upper deck of the ship and not stay on the lower area. And then 1 or 2 other little tough areas, but overall, hard difficulty isn't that bad, and you can get most, if not all, of the point values on your first playthrough on the hard difficulty, plus the trophy stacks, so it'll unlock all 3 difficulty trophy related. So it'll unlock all 3 difficulty trophies at the same time. Then you have your miscellaneous mission-specific trophies. You have to get 10 kills with C4 in Baku, which is pretty easy. 10 multi-kills in Shanghai was a little bit tricky because the game's not very generous with multi-kills. You have to be pretty careful with that one. Then you have the 30 headshots in the South China Sea mission, which is pretty easy because there are a good number of enemies, but you don't get to even start killing until like 15 minutes in, which is kind of stupid. The 15 kills with the RPG in Singapore isn't too hard as long as you don't get killed by the tanks. The 10 adrenaline kills in Tashgar actually gave me quite a bit of trouble just because adrenaline kills mean that you have to be pretty close to death, and even on easy you can still die fairly quickly once you get down to that low health. So it took some time to get through. The shank kills is super easy. This one should actually come naturally. Then you have the 3 different ending-related trophies for the 3 different ways you can play the finale of the game. So you gotta see all 3 for all of the trophies and for all of the assignments. Finally, we get to our multiplayer trophies. 5 dog tag kills is basically 5 melee kills from behind. Very easy, especially if you boost it. I mean, you shouldn't need to. I didn't actually need to boost anything in the base game, though I would say it would make some of these trophies easier. For this one, I admittedly did buy the shortcut kit. It was $5, and I just wanted to get it knocked out a little bit faster. I didn't want to grind out the 30-something thousand XP that you need to unlock the 1911 normally, so I just went ahead and did it that way. It was the easiest option. Deliver 5 bombs and obliteration can be a little bit tricky, and you are going to be better off boosting it because there aren't a whole lot of obliteration lobbies. But I did do it legitimately, and it wasn't really that hard. It just might take a little bit of luck to get into a lobby where you're able to start getting some bomb deliveries. I think I actually forgot to talk about this trophy. There are, I want to say, 7 base game modes, and some of them are completely dead, so there's a very real chance you will have to boost this one. Again, I didn't have to boost anything in the base game, but many players are going to end up having to boost this one just because some of those modes are kind of dead, and they're only going to become more dead the more time goes by. And then finally you have to reach rank 25, which is going to come naturally while going for all the DLC trophies. Speaking of the DLC trophies, first we have China Rising, which has 4 easy miscellaneous trophies for playing around of air superiority, getting a kill with the dirt bike, getting a kill with the SUAV, and getting a kill with a bomber. Nothing difficult about any of those, especially if you boost them. However, the assignments can be a bit annoying in this one because you have to get a bunch of bomber kills and do a bunch of other kind of dumb things with this DLC. So this one has some of the more annoying assignments in the game. This one definitely... It's not the hardest when it comes to the assignments, but it's higher up than the other DLCs, except for the hardest one, which is Final Stand. Then we have Second Assault. This is the easiest DLC in the game because you can easily boost everything in this in about an hour. So you have these 2 trophies are both best done on Caspian Border. Just find the hidden tunnel and ignite a brush fire. You have to kill an enemy with a ceiling collapse in Operation Metro, which again is very easy to boost. You have to kill an enemy flag carrier while carrying their flag and capture the flag. Again, very easy to boost because the mode's pretty much dead. And then you have to get 5 kills with air vehicles in a single round in Gulf of Oman, which again is quite easy to boost. And you might could get that one legitimately if you could find like a lobby there. But I mean, you have to find a lobby in it. Then we have Naval Strike. This DLC is also pretty easy. This one takes about 2 hours because there is one assignment you'll have to complete. Playing a round of Carrier Assault is super easy, but I want to say that those matches can take a little while. Maybe not as long as Conquest, though. Get a kill with the ACV is very easy. It's like a sort of water hovercraft. Climb to the highest point in Naval Strike. It's on top of like a mountain on one of the maps. Then killing an enemy with the AA mine, that is the one that's going to require you to complete an assignment. I don't remember what the assignment is. It's not too hard, especially since you can boost it, but it is the only one you're going to have to complete from that DLC. And then finally, you are going to have to get a kill with the old cannon, which only appears on certain maps. And I actually got this one legitimately, just out of random chance of being on one of the maps. Then we have Dragon's Teeth. This one, actually on this one, the assignments are very easy. It's more of just the time that they take. So this one's actually an easier DLC overall than the first one. So you have to win 2 rounds of Chain Link, which can be done in just a few minutes. You have to spend 5 minutes using the Ballistic Shield, which is very easy once you unlock it. Play around on each of the 4 Dragon's Teeth maps. You're going to have to boost this one because most of the maps are never played. 5 kills in a round with the Roar. It's like a thing that you pick up on the ground, and you just have to get 5 kills with it. Again, just boost it, and you have no problems. And then finally complete all of the Dragon's Teeth assignments. Most of the assignments in this DLC are super quick and easy and only take a couple of hours. I'd say the worst one is probably the one where you have to win a round of Chain Link with like 50 tickets left or something, or less than that, because that one's a little bit trickier. The problem, though, is that just like the first DLC and the final DLC, this one has a 10-hour trophy. Well, not trophy, a 10-hour assignment, to where you have to play on these maps for 10 hours, so that resulted in multiple nights of us just spinning in circles with our controllers rubber banded, which was annoying, but at least it's not difficult. And then finally we have Final Stand, where I obtained my last trophy in the game. So you have to play all the maps, of which there are 4. You're going to need to boost that one in a rented server because people don't play the maps that much. You have 2 map-specific trophies that are both fairly easy. You have this trophy, which is easy, and it will come naturally while going for all the assignments, because there are only 8 assignments. The 2 bronze ones are very easy, but the silver and golds are a little on the tougher side, because you have to do like a whole bunch of stuff with each of these 4 special vehicles and weapons. So that is kind of annoying that you have to get a bunch of kills and destroy vehicles and spend time in them. But you also have to spend 10 hours playing the DLC, and you have to win 10 matches on every DLC map. Now, we found the best way to do this was to play the game mode Diffuse, because one team can just commit suicide at the very beginning of the round, or even just hit the redeploy button, and you can get through 3 rounds, which counts as a win within about less than 2 minutes probably, and then just alternate to the other team for the second half of the round, and each team will get 1 win for the map in about a 5-minute period. That is by far the easiest way to do that part of it. But I mean, if it takes a little bit of extra time, it's fine because you're already going to be spending 10 hours going for the other part of the assignment anyway. So yeah, Battlefield 4 is done. Very happy to have this one done. So I have now 100% completed Battlefield 1, 4, 3, and basically 5. All I have left in 5, because I'm saving it for Platinum number 555, even though I know that's not a normal milestone, but I just thought it would be kind of cool to have it, a game marked with 5 for 555, because I'm a nerd like that. So once I finish that last single-player mission on the hardest difficulty, I'll have Battlefield 5 done, which will give me the 4 main numbered games. I still want to do 1943. I actually do kind of plan to do that because I purchased it. Not planning to do Bad Company 1 ever, and probably not going to do Bad Company 2 either, and certainly not going to do Hardline because it's now unobtainable. Well, I think the 100%'s unobtainable. I think the Platinum can still be obtained, and besides, the 10,000 kills with each class, that's just ridiculous. Next up, I did an Artifex Mundi game. Been a bit of time. How long has it been since I've done one of these games? I think it's been a good bit of... Actually, it has been a good bit of time. It looks like I haven't done one since... Yeah, since July. Wow, okay. I thought I had done one since then. Okay, so yeah, I did an Artifex Mundi game for the first time in a few months. I mean, it's a typical Artifex Mundi game. I like their games for the most part. They're usually pretty fun. They take some effort to make, unlike some of the other easy Platinums out there. I felt like this was one of the shorter ones. Like, even though it took me a couple of days to do it, it felt like it was maybe 3 hours of playing, but maybe that was just me not keeping track of time that well. It didn't feel like one of the longer games, though. It felt like I was just breezing through it. So for this Platinum, and this one's that's actually pretty rare by Artifex Mundi standards, so... that's interesting. But now I've got all 3 Eventide games done. For this one, you have to find all of the ornaments, of which there are maybe 30. And I believe there are 15 cards you have to find. So you do have a fair number of collectibles in this game. You have to finish a minigame in less than a minute, which should come naturally. You have to finish all the minigames without skipping, which is pretty typical. However, this game does have a couple of unusual trophies here. You have to finish all of the Battle Rune minigames, of which there are like 3 or 4 in the game, as well as both of the Portal Travel minigames without making a mistake. They're all very easy as long as you know how to solve them, but do keep those in mind. You're going to want to be backing up your save quite often in this game, more so than in the other Artifex Mundi games because of that, just to be careful so you don't have to do a whole nother playthrough. Though I suppose if you did somehow miss one of these trophies, you could do a second playthrough on casual. So then you have to find 3 hidden objects in 3 seconds. You have to complete a hidden object puzzle, actually all of them, without using a hint. You have to finish one in under 30 seconds, and you also have to complete 3 of them with no more than 5 mistakes in each. So they're a little bit more strict on the hidden object puzzle trophies this time around, but they're still not really that hard, obviously. I mean, it's Artifex Mundi. Very rarely are these games considered to be difficult. There's like maybe one that's fairly difficult because of a Mahjong minigame. But the other nice thing about this game is that almost all of the hidden object puzzles are actually the same every time you play through them. They're not randomized, which definitely makes these trophies a lot easier if you look at a guide for them. And I mean, you're going to want to be following a text guide anyway for this game. I guess you could also follow like a video guide if you wanted, but I would just suggest text guides easier. And then you have a whole bunch of story-related trophies. So this is one of the Artifex Mundi games with a whole lot of story trophies. And, you know, a fairly large amount of trophies overall. And, of course, you have to beat the game on Expert. No need to play the bonus adventure, but you do have to beat this one on Expert, which is fine. Next up, I did Epic Word Search Collection. This is the North American PS4 and North American PS Vita versions. This game, I mean, it's made by the Lightwood Gaming people, so the people that make the Palgi games. Unfortunately, I ran into some weird issues with the PS4 version. Like, I had a lot of the trophies glitch on me in some way or another. Like, they just wouldn't unlock until I, at one point, just quit out of the game and got back into it. I don't know what it is with me and Palgi type games in that I always run into weird trophy issues with these games in particular. It's like the only series that it happens to me with, so I don't know why that's happening. It could be something with my PS4 because I think my PS4 might not be in the best shape anymore because I've been noticing some more issues with it, including those weird trophy errors that pop up now more often than not when I start a game for the first time. So it might be something with my PS4, but I just have really bad luck with these games, even though I enjoy a fair number of them. So you get a trophy for finding your first word, which should be your first trophy. Surprisingly, wow, that's only 96.7%, so that means like 3.3% of people that bought this game loaded it up and never played it, or loaded it up and never even found a single word. That's strange. You have to 100% any of the 16 sections in each of the 4 puzzles, but this is actually very easy because the hint system in this game will auto-highlight the first or occasionally last letter of a word from your list, which will allow you to very easily find it because the game obviously tells you which words you're looking for. So that makes these very, very easy. Certain sections are easier than others with either more short words or just fewer words in general. You have to request a hint and then find a word using said hint. That's going to be one of the first trophies you get. You also have to ignore a hint, which is earned by using the hint and then finding a different word from what was highlighted. You also have to look at the puzzle overview and fast travel to another section. This is done by hitting triangle and then switching to another section. And then you have to find the following words. You have to find crepe, donut, edam, kumquat, penne, sake, Swiss roll, and Whey, W-H-E-Y, for those of you who might just be listening in, never heard it spelled that way, within the Epic Food word search. Then from the Epic Journeys word search, you have to find cryptogram, gold, gravity, Istanbul, kangaroo, straight, Tolkien, and czar. Then in Epic Animals, you have to find crocodile, cloud, duck, firefly, onomatopoeia, poodle, prawn, and swarm. And finally, in the Epic Sports word search, you have to find base jumping, bowling, elevator, 11, pizza, slalom, tennis, and uniform. So the good thing is that if any of these trophies glitch on you, you can safely delete your save file, which is what I think I ended up having to do because the trophies would not unlock until I did that instead. So I don't know what the issue was with this game. Like I said, I just have no idea. But whatever happened with it, I was able to fix it by eventually, deleting the game or just deleting the save data once I finished all of the tougher trophies up here, all of the gold trophies, because those are the only ones that take any time in this game. If it wasn't for these trophies, these 4 trophies, you'd have the platinum in like 10 to 15 minutes probably, so that's why they're there. The Vita version is identical. It took me longer because I stepped out because I had to go do stuff on Saturday and didn't really have a whole lot of time for a couple hours there to play the game, but it's the same thing entirely. It's just as easy. I didn't run into any bugs or issues with the Vita version, so a nice double platinum there, knocked off the list. And of course, the main game I have started working on this week is Far Cry 6. I am absolutely loving this game so far. I would highly recommend it, especially for Far Cry fans. I am very much enjoying it. It takes some nods from both 5 and New Dawn, so if you weren't a fan of New Dawn, you might not like the game quite as much. There's more of like customization and upgrading bases and stuff. But I mean, I still think the game's totally worth playing. It's a lot of fun so far. I mean, it's Far Cry. You can't really go wrong with a Far Cry game. Though apparently 1.4% of people who installed the game and actually got it to the main menu never even got through the tutorial, so that's interesting. Because this is the first trophy you get. You get it right at the beginning of the game. This is for the secret ending. This is actually a missable trophy, which is a little bit unusual for modern Far Cry. So this trophy is 100% missable. You have to get it before you hit the end of the main story. Then you have 4 more story-related trophies, so those are all going to be story-related. And the game's actually very, very rare for a platinum right now. I mean, I think I mentioned that in my streams, that it's only like a 0.4% or something on PSN profiles. It'll obviously go up, but that's still a lot lower than normal for the early days of a Far Cry game. So we'll see if this one turns out to be like a sub 10%. That would be kind of cool if it stayed that low. Have another fairly rare Far Cry game. So you have the trophies related to the FND bases, which are outposts, are actually a little bit trickier this time, purely because you can't reset the outposts in this game. It's the only game in the franchise that doesn't let you do that. Far Cry 3, well, no, I don't know about New Dawn, but Far Cry 3 didn't let you reset the outposts in the early days of the game. They eventually patched it into where you could, but I think this is the only one. No, I think New Dawn, yeah, New Dawn allowed you to reset them, but it upped the difficulty. So this is the only one that doesn't allow you to specifically reset the F&D bases. So anything related to them being completed in a certain way is going to be technically missable. Not entirely, though, because once a week you can get an insurgency challenge once you complete the main story, and that resets one of the F&D bases, which will allow you to have another try at it. But it's just best to get them done while you're playing through the game for your first time anyway, so that you don't have to bother with that. You have to complete an F&D base with a co-op partner. It's your only true multiplayer trophy in this game, so that's very easy, and both players will get it. Capture all of the F&D bases. Return 3 resource vehicles in mint condition. I think I've returned 1 so far, so it just takes some time to find them. Capturing checkpoints, there's 26 of them. They're far less annoying than they were in Far Cry 2 because they don't infinitely respawn enemies. The 16 anti-aircraft cannons is actually basically a collectible type. It's a military target you're going to hit on the map. The military supply drops, I'm not sure if they're finite or not, but there's way more than 10 in the game. Then you have the Yarn stories. This is like a long series of side quests that you have to do. There's quite a few of them, so it's just a bunch of side quests. The cockfighting match trophy may be glitched, or it just has different requirements than it says. It just says to win a cockfighting match. I did that, but it didn't unlock. But then I played it a second time on the medium difficulty, the gorilla difficulty, and I won it 2-0, and it unlocked. So either the trophy's glitched, it only unlocks if you win 2-0, or it only unlocks if you play on the gorilla or higher difficulty. It could be any of those. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't gotten any confirmation from anyone. It takes a little bit of getting used to with the controls of it. It took me a few tries to win on the first version of it, but now I don't have to play it again, which is nice. The Grand Premios are just races. I finished one of them. I think you can complete the same one 3 times. Haven't seen a game of dominoes anywhere. Special operations are online. We'll talk about that later. I've completed maybe 4 Bandito operations. They're passive events that you can do in the game. Kind of a cool idea with that. The vehicle machete kill from a horse is easy. I just haven't done it yet. The 49 unique weapons, it is a collectible type. A lot of the collectibles I'm waiting until later just because you have to knock out the anti-aircraft cannons to be able to drop in more easily. Fully upgrade a camp facility at any guerrilla camp. Wait, I think I've already... Huh. No, wait, I haven't done it. I don't think I've done it. I think I'm like 1 upgrade away or something. Acquire every Supremo. There's 7 of them. They're basically super abilities or super equipment. And you purchase all of them. They're all pretty easy to get. I think there's one you get as a quest reward, though. Purchasing meals, not sure how to do that yet. The USB sticks and the cryptogramma chests are collectibles. The rides are technically collectibles, as are the roosters. There, I believe, are more than 5 amigos in the game, and I've got 2 right now. I've got Guapo and Chorizo. I absolutely love the amigos in this game. I mean, you get a crocodile that you can pet and have as your best friend. This is a chicken follower, I believe. And you get Chorizo. He's the cutest little evil cannibal puppy ever. And then taking out 10 soldiers with active heat is super easy. This is going to come naturally while playing through the game. There's no way you're going to miss this one because you're going to get into heat quite often. Take out a shark with an explosion. I did this because for some reason there was a pool during a story mission that had a shark in it. I don't understand that one. Catching fish is easy. I haven't figured out how to do this one yet. This has to do with those insurgent challenges that you don't get until after you beat the game. Special Forces soldiers is going to come naturally. They're just tougher enemies. Hijack a tank with an EMP device. I haven't really had the opportunity to do that yet. The mythical animals are basically another collectible type. I don't know how many there are. This one you have to do sliding down like a muddy hill. This one's very easy. This one is another highly missable or potentially missable trophy related to the outposts by disabling the camera control center. This one I was worried you had to like jump down onto someone and fall on them. to get it, but you actually just have to kill a soldier from 50 meters above them. You can use any weapon, including a sniper rifle and such, so not too difficult. This one you have to poison enemies and have them kill 5 other enemies, very easy. Once you get a poison weapon, you have to get a full matching gear set. I think this actually is going to unlock naturally in the final mission of the game. Install every mod on a single resolver weapon. I just don't have all the mods purchased yet because they require equipment. Build one of each camp facility. We're not quite there yet because I think that there's one in like every region, so that's going to take a while. 10 parts installed on a ride. Not sure which ride you can do that on yet. This one is single player related for leveling up, and then special operations are some kind of online activity, but they can be done solo. I haven't tried any of them yet. I'm letting myself get a little bit higher leveled for them, so I don't know too much about those just yet. So, with that, level 744, 69%, 21,430 total trophies, 546 platinums, 3,297 golds, 5,752 silvers, 11,835 bronzes. Plans for the upcoming week. I'm not going to stream the entirety of Far Cry 6 just because I don't have the time to be able to do so and I want to play some of it casually. But I do plan to stream more of it this coming week and or weekend. I should be able to get the platinum knocked out within another couple of weeks. We'll have to see. I don't think it'll take too much longer. And I'm going to make this my 550th platinum, so we're going to push the original 550 back to 600, which is probably a little bit more fitting given the game that it is. But I have said before, and I'll say it again, I am kind of planning to take a little bit of a break from trophy hunting once I hit that 555 with Battlefield, just to knock it off the list. So I definitely plan to take like maybe a month off of most of my trophy hunting outside of boosting old games. Not really starting any new games or anything during that time period, not focus too much on it, just go back and enjoy other games. I mean, I have Oblivion on the PS3, I've got, you know, I wouldn't mind playing through New Vegas again. That all that kind of good stuff. I'll still be boosting some stuff, though. In fact, I have updated and messed around with the order a little bit again. So for October, I'd love to get through Far Cry 6 and Battlefield 5, and maybe Aliens Colonial Marines. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all of it in this month, though. We'll have to see, though. In November, possibly go back to Division 1, start Division 2, GTA 5, possibly. And I think I might do Battlefield 1943. I just need to do a little more research on it. In December, we will go back to Black Ops 3 and get started on it, as well as that other Platinum. Well, actually, I'm probably going to drop that down into the 2022 category because I might not get started until then. And then in 2022, we will do that Platinum for number 600, COD Classic, Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Conan Exiles DLC, Goosebumps DLC, Outer Worlds Platinum and DLC, and Borderlands 3 DLC. I think we are done getting Borderlands 3 DLC unless we get another DLC that's like the Commander Lilith one from Borderlands 2. So we should be good to go on Borderlands 3, at least for now. And then Far Cry 6 is going to get 3 DLC packs, possibly 4, because I'm sure they'll add in some kind of New Game Plus trophy like all these other games do. Minecraft Set 2, I thought, was going to get another set of DLC trophies by now because of other updates, so I don't know what's going on with that. I still assume it'll get like one more list at least within the next 6 months. And then there's rumors that Maneater's going to get a second DLC, but I don't know if that's true or not. So we will have to see with all of that, but my list is looking a little bit cleaner now, which is good, even though percentage is going to go down when I start up Division and Battlefield and Aliens and that other game. But that's all okay. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. For streams and stuff this week, the schedule, I don't think there's going to be a stream Friday because Clemson plays Friday night. So there'll be something on Saturday, though, for sure. I still need to go back and finish that streaming series for Fallout 3 with the Impartial Mediator. Just do that one night. Just don't care about it and just get it done. Get it knocked off the queue. So yeah, that is going to be it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you back here this week for more content.